Good morning. I'm Richard Pearson from Illinois, and thank you. A couple of years ago, we got concealed carry, and with that, of course, no bill is ever perfect, particularly in Illinois. There's a law against perfect bills in Illinois. But anyway, so this year we passed Senate Bill 836 Amendment 2, which is a cleanup of the 2 or 3 we have to do of the Concealed Carry Act. And so it was passed and signed by the new governor. Our old governor was extremely anti-gun and caused us all kinds of headaches, and now he's been put out to pasture. And we have a new governor, and he's a lot more pro-gun than the last one. You know, he still won't commit. He's a billionaire type guy, but so far he's treated us kindly. So we have that, and coming in January, Illinois, we have a legislative session every chance we get. We have a spring session, and now we're having a session of 1 day a week throughout the year because we can't figure out why we spend all of our money and where to get more money to pay the bills. So we just keep writing IOUs. If you win the lottery in Illinois, the state won't give you the money. They give you $25,000 in an IOU. So, so you know, it's a great place to live. One of the things that I want to reiterate up here is that everybody around here has got a Bloomberg problem. We need to know that, and we need to be aware of it. And just because you're from Arizona, Nevada, or anyplace else, you need to be on your guard. One of the things I want to point out to you, though, today is that when a bill is passed, particularly a bill like concealed carry in Illinois, with that bill, whoever's department it's in, of any bill, not just the concealed carry bill, with that goes rulemaking authority. And that's something you really have to watch. Rulemaking authority is, we call it the shadow government. Maureen Mulhall, one of our lobbyists, we have 5 in Illinois, because you have to have 5 in Illinois, has written an article. It's on our website, the shadow government. It's www.isra.org. It's worth reading because it's true in every state. What happens is that in this case, you know, whether it's the EPA, Department of Agriculture, Department of Transportation, whatever department you have in your state or however it's politically designed, will get rulemaking authority with appropriations. You really have to watch that because they can reverse the intent of that law with rulemaking authority. You have to watch them literally like a hawk. And, you know, those things are not readily available. One of the reasons you have lobbyists at the state level is that most of you think of, you know, talking to legislators and trying to convince them to vote for a bill or against a bill. But you also have a lot of back channels, and the only way you can develop those back channels is be present at your state capitol. It's the only way you can do it. You can't do it by remote control. It's a hands-on process, and it's work, and you have to work on it every day. And so we knew that these new rules were coming out from the state police, and I also have those on our website. My reply to them was about 2.5 or 3 pages or whatever it is. But the point is that these rules can completely change a law. Okay, you know, they did things like how instructors are approved, how the target is scored, who has to keep the records, all that sort of thing. If you let them get by with getting these rules through, then that becomes the law. And in Illinois, and I'm sure in any other place, you have to go to the Joint Commission on Rules, Administrative Rules, excuse me, and those are made up of senators and representatives other than in Nebraska. And that committee then either denies those rules or approves those rules. Now, past governors like Governor Blagojevich, who's resting comfortably in Colorado in jail. We have our own wing out there in Illinois. I think we have 23 judges, 2 congressmen, and a couple. We've actually had 6 governors go to jail. So we have our own dedicated wing. You guys can't say that. So we did away with our pension program, put in a prison program. It was great. It's working great. but you have to watch these administrative rules. For example, the rules that the state police just proposed, and we are going to defeat them, but just proposed, are conveniently located in the Illinois Register, volume 39, issue 32, pages 17,717 to 17,000 or 7,000 to 17,750. So you can find them easily. It's obvious. Okay, so that's why you have to have somebody on the ground watching those things. But I'll give you an idea of what an administrative rule can do. Many of you have heard of the firearm owner's identification card we have in Illinois. It was passed in '68. People had no idea it was coming. Nobody was prepared. The NRA didn't have any lobbyists. The people in the state of Illinois were run by the gun clubs, were run by the Illinois Wildlife Federation. There were hunters and sportsmen and trap shooters and different things. And they were simply overwhelmed by a surprise attack by the first Mayor Daley. That's what happened. You know, we were lucky we didn't get total gun registration. In fact, it was a negotiated deal, but we didn't. So, so you've always got to be ready. But anyway, getting back to the administrative rules, you have to watch these things. One of the things that happened in 1983, before I was around and knew anything, and this is a learning process, there was an administrative rule that said you had to have a FOID card to handle ammunition. I never heard of that, you know. I don't know the powers of the Illinois State Rifle Association. I don't know if they knew it, but no, nothing was ever said. So it became an administrative rule, which is now applied as law. So that's slip-ups like that can really cost you. And you have to be very, very aware of these administrative rules. And remember that the Joint Commission on Administrative Rules in Illinois, or whatever like body there is in your state, is a political body. If you have a lobbyist, you can lobby, or as people, you can lobby those members of that commission or group or whatever they are. And you need to be aware of that. And that's as important as the legislation itself, because it can be completely turned around, and it can reverse all the work you've done. So you have to constantly watch things like administrative rules. And so anyway, I've got to conclude here. Next spring is going to be probably a Donnybrook in Illinois, because they're going to let loose all kinds of gun bills. We typically review about 200 gun bills a year. About I'd say 3/4 of them are anti-gun bills. But so in Illinois, you have to be ready all the time, and we will be. And I want to tell you what a great group I'm seeing out here. I'm so glad you all came. This is one of the best conferences anywhere. Thank you.